Welcome to Flip Lesson 93 for the 5th grade. Today our goal is to better understand comparative graphs. And so information that is presented in a graph, and of course there's going to be some comparing going on, and just being able to answer questions based upon that information. Let's go ahead and look at the graphs that have been provided for you for your examples. So our graph shows the number of visitors to London in 2000 and 2001. With that idea in mind, then we can say, okay, we see the information. You can see the number of people over here compared to where they're coming from over here, with a legend up here explaining what the colors represent, as in the years. And so question A says, which region brought the most visitors to London in 2000? All right. So we have to eliminate this one because this is talking about all visitors that came, so that's not really a region. And so now we have to look at the next three, and we're looking at 2000, so we need to look at the orange, and this is definitely the biggest one, which would mean that the region that brought the most visitors would be Western Europe. All right, question B then. About how many visitors came from other areas in 2000 and 2001? So now this time, it's not so much a comparison between our other things, but here we're asked, okay, well, about how many people came in 2000? And we could say, well, it's about halfway, somewhere in here. So I'd say about 150,000 came the first year, compared to the second year, which is about half of that. So halfway in between 1,000 and 150,000. We could say it's closer to that. And of course, in this case, it's going to be, it says about, so that means estimate. And so we could say that there were about this many people who came. And so we have that idea. And then letter C says, which region had the largest change in the number of visitors between 2000 and 2001? And so in this case, we have a couple of steps we have to take, all right? From North America and from other areas, they're pretty much the same numbers. So really, it's this number here, going back to what we used last time, this 150 minus this 125, which makes a difference of 75,000 visitors. Compared to here, and maybe you can just visually see the difference between this one and this one, is going to be, what, that's about 325, and this one's about 250. Is that right? No. I did my math wrong here. This is only 25, not 75. That's why I'm confusing myself. I'm thinking more about this. 325, 250 is going to be about a difference of that. And so in the end, we see that this region had the largest difference. Let's look at another graph. All right. Here we have a very different graph. This is a double line graph this time. And our double line graph is going to work in a very similar way, but it's going to help us to understand the information that's being presented. So first of all, let's see what we're actually looking for. Okay, so we're looking at this double line graph and understanding how this can be a comparison also. So it says how many washers were sold by AAA in the month of September. All right, so we're going to go here to our legend. AAA is the purple, and we want to go to the month of September. Here's September, purple. Quick answer would be 100 washers. Letter B then, which month sold the most number of washers from the two companies? Which month sold the most number of washers from the two companies? So what that question is asking is that if you were to add the totals from both companies, which month is going to have the most? So we look at here. This is about, let's just say this is 75 and this is 50. So that's going to give us a whole total number of sales, 125 together. Here we have 50 and 100, so that's 150. Here we have 25, and we'll just make that 75 just to round it a little easier. And here's a 25 and a 100. And so which month sold the most number of washers from the two companies? That would be the month of July. I guess people really want to wash their clothes in July. Kind of confusing to me since usually it's warmer and you don't have to wear as much clothes. Oh well, that's how it works. Letter C then says, how much did Harry's sales decrease from July to September? July to September. All right. So now as we look at the information, we'll do a quick erase just to get rid of the other work we've been doing. We're looking at the comparison of here to here and see what the decrease is. And so we're starting with 100. We're decreasing, so we're subtracting, and our end amount is about 25. So we're going to go 100 minus 25. And of course, that's going to give us an answer of 75 washers, or a decrease of 75 washers. That's how graphs work. Here's a sample problem to get you on your way. Here's another double bar graph to have you practice working with this idea of pulling out information from comparative graphs. That is lesson 93.